This fall season has seen tons of awesome games releasing, and November is definitely no slouch. I'm Jake, here to bring you the top 10 new games releasing in November 2016. Starting off with number 10, we have a bit of an indie darling with Owlboy. You've probably seen this game being praised by a bunch of other YouTubers, and for good reason. It's got some quirky, awesome charm. At first glance, it just seems like another retro game, but you wouldn't realize is that it's actually built around open world exploration. You traverse the environment as Owlboy with a combination of basic platforming and also gliding and flying around. You fight enemies, you use allies to your advantage, and explore a bunch of different dungeons, all packed up in this nice and great looking and great sounding classic style game. It's got a lot of charm. And if you've got Steam, I definitely recommend checking out Owlboy. And at number 9, we have Football Manager 2017. I'm not talking about that American football, I'm talking about the real stuff. You know, soccer. You know, football. It's got a much better interface and UI, there's more match analysis after games, and the way the new injury system works, at least in the beta, some people have been complaining that it's too difficult, but it adds an extra layer of depth. Ultimately, while it's mostly a game with just incremental improvements, if you're playing the Football Manager games and you love this stuff, you want to be playing the new one, not only for the new features, but the updated rosters. That's the most important thing, right? It's out at the start of the month on November 4th, and I'm looking forward to hearing what football fans actually have to say about it. And at number 8, we have Mario Party Star Rush releasing for the 3DS. This is actually the second Mario Party game on 3DS, and once again, it's based around multiplayer madness, like every Mario Party game ever. The most exciting thing here, at least for me, is that the board and map design is completely non-linear, which just really adds more of a chaos factor to the overall game. The 3DS Mario Party games are a bit more streamlined, but I think that's for good reason. It's really playing to the mobile game's strengths. And there's a lot of fun new modes like Balloon Bash, Mario Shuffle, Coinathlon, Toad Scramble, and more. If you like Mario Party and you like playing it on the go, I'd say Star Rush is going to be a safe bet. And at number 7, we have Assassin's Creed The Ezio Collection releasing for PS4 and Xbox One. You'll be able to replay the classic games in all their glory, now kind of up-resed for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And arguably it's worth experiencing because Ezio is the best Assassin's Creed character, but that's just me. With this package, you get Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Assassin's Creed Revelations. You get all the single-player content within those games, including the DLC add-on. And if you haven't played any of the Ezio Assassin's Creed games, even starting back with Assassin's Creed 2, they're all really solid, and I hope this collection stands up and does the series justice, because this is when Assassin's Creed games were truly in their prime. And at number 6, we have Planet Coaster. This PC game is a spiritual successor to the beloved Roller Coaster Tycoon. But Planet Coaster really flips the genre on its head by just going more hardcore, and basically deeper than ever. Here you're able to create everything in the park piece by piece, not only just the coasters, but also terraforming the land and managing every little aspect of every single bit of construction. But what I really enjoy and would love to see in action is that every tourist occupying the park actually has their own set of AI and their own rules. They all have different habits, different spending habits, and go on different coasters. They're not as much mindless drones as they used to be. Now they feel a little bit more like sim characters, and I'm really curious to see how that ties into the gameplay, because every single aspect of this game looks deep, but look at the graphics. Visually, Planet Coaster looks pretty dope, and I can't wait to experience it, because it feels like it's just been so long since I've managed any type of roller coaster theme park type of game, so honestly, I'm all in. And at number 5, we have Watch Dogs 2, a game that I've put a lot of thought into just because I really want to see the potential of the first game realized. After the original Watch Dogs was released, it kind of brought up mixed emotions between players, but most of us really agreed on the fact that the next Watch Dogs could pull in Assassin's Creed 2 and really innovate and make the game great and realize its true potential. I'm hoping Watch Dogs 2 does that. It's a new setting, a new character, Marcus Holloway in San Francisco, more hacker stuff. It's got a little bit of a lighter tone and not as self-serious. I'm curious to see if they go too obnoxiously with it and it just kind of makes us all cringe, but I hope not. And honestly, I just really want more Watch Dogs gameplay, and if it's good and more refined, I'm all in. I don't know if you guys are, but I'm looking forward to hearing what you say in the comments. And at number 4, we have Pokemon Sun and Moon. There's a lot of weight resting on this Pokemon game's shoulders because Pokemon in general has seen a rise in popularity thanks to Pokemon Go. This is a fully 3D Pokemon game with a brand new world and a bunch of crazy new looking Pokemon, including new starter Pokemon, Rowlet, Litten, and Popplio. Apparently there's going to be a new type of attack that all Pokemon have. They're called Z moves, and they're a powerful move that can only be used once per battle. Character customization from X and Y is carried over and fleshed out, and now there's going to be Ultra Beast Pokemon that are super crazy powerful and awesome. Ultimately, I haven't been paying close attention to this one because I just want to jump into a new Pokemon game and be completely surprised. I'm really hoping Sun and Moon scratches that itch that we've all had for quite a while. X and Y certainly did, but Pokemon Sun and Moon can take it all to the next level, you know what I mean? And at number 3, we have Final Fantasy 15. I can't believe I'm saying this. I feel like when this game was first announced, I didn't even hit puberty, but here we are. Final Fantasy 15 has gone gold. It's a real video game. It's coming out, and I'm looking forward to playing it. I did get my hands on some previews, and the game is certainly a hot mess. The combat is weird. The structure is weird. It's not going to be for everybody, but it seems like there's some story and world building and just Final Fantasy charm within the game that just makes it seem like I really want to like it. I hope the whole game holds up. It's a very alternative take on Final Fantasy games, from the combat system to the general setup, the fact that it's like a road trip with your buddies in a more realistic style world. There are so many questions up in the air with this one, and the fact that it's been in development in so long, the expectations are so high, and ultimately I don't think the game is ever going to meet it, and that's fine, as long as the game doesn't suck. I'm super hyped though, and I know a lot of people are, so I'm looking forward to see what actually goes down when it releases in the end of November. And at number 2, we have Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Say what you want about the series, it's become very divisive among gamers, I gotta admit, but the multiplayer offering does seem to be shaping up to be solid and more of a continuation of what they were doing in Black Ops 3. So some people are going to love that, and some people are going to hate that. Some people are just going to get that more expensive version that has Modern Warfare Remastered bundled in and just play that. Honestly, that might be me. However, I have heard some great things about the single player, and I like a good Call of Duty campaign because they're short and sweet and action-packed, and plus Jon Snow from Game of Thrones is in this one, so that's pretty cool. Honestly, I'm just really trying to look at the bright side with this game because everybody just tries and looks at the bad side. And yes, of course, it is more Call of Duty, which some people don't want, but I think if you do still like the series and you haven't given up on it, you might have fun with this one. Let's wait and see. And at number 1, we have Dishonored 2. It was hard to decide what the number 1 game would be on our list, but ultimately we just went with the general reaction from people who watch GameRanks videos, and you guys seem to be the most excited about Dishonored 2. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited too. I did also get my hands on a preview version of this game, and it's pretty cool. It's also very much more Dishonored, which I don't think is a bad thing. You know, there's a completely new environment, there's new abilities and stuff like that. That's all very exciting, but I think one of the most interesting things I've heard is that the endings have been greatly expanded upon. Now there are 4 completely different endings with branching permutations within those. So basically the endings that people work so hard to get towards aren't going to be as binary and just black and white as they were in the original Dishonored, and for that, I'm kind of pumped. I know the game needs to do a lot more than that, but it does seem like it has the mechanics nailed down, and the 2 main characters just seem really damn awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on them this November. So guys, those are the games worth caring about the most in November, but we do have some bonus games, mostly VR games, including Ubisoft's Bird Racing Eagle Flight game thing is getting a PlayStation VR release. We also have Sword Art Online Hollow Realization finally releasing in North America for PlayStation 4 and Vita. But those are all the games worth caring about in November. I do want to know what you're looking forward to playing the most down in the comments. Personally, for me, it's a toss-up between Dishonored 2, Watch Dogs 2, Planet Coaster, and Final Fantasy 15. But if you want to give me a list of the games you're most hyped about down in the comments below, that's cool too. I definitely want to hear what you're thinking for November. Let me know anything you want down in the comments below, and we can also talk on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Jake Baldino as well. You guys know the deal. Clicking the like button helps us out a ton, especially if you learned about a new game releasing this month. We really appreciate it. And subscribing if you're new is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.